All right, if you're over the age of 40, you need to be addressing these three areas immediately. If you are not, I can tell you that you will be sorry for it. What we're gonna be going over today is your hips, your ankles, and your thoracic spine. Your thoracic spine is just everything that your ribs touch. It's gonna be what allows you to kind of bend, twist, and move, right? So without further ado, let's get right into it. We're gonna be going right into that hip flexor stretch. We're gonna be doing a little bit of a profile here so you can see me a little bit better. And the first thing that we're gonna do is we're just gonna try to get into a comfortable lunge position. From here, what I want you to do is you're gonna squeeze that back glute as hard as you can, and you might already be hipping and hauling just at that, just feeling the front of that hip really working. If you need to, we can get a little extra lean forward, and if you need to go on top of that as well, you can dig that back foot into the ground just for a little extra pressure. You can kind of see me, if you can tell, I'm shaking just a little bit here. And that's what we want. We want a bunch of intention here. We wanna make sure that we're doing this because this is going to really help with our hips. This is going to help with that low back pain, stiff hips. If you have that tight front of your hips that you're constantly stretching, if you're sitting all the time, this is just going to immensely benefit you, and you're going to definitely want to do these. If that lunge position hold for 30 seconds isn't the best thing that you can be doing, or it doesn't feel like it's the best thing you can be doing, there's an alternative here that we can do, and it's just a good old-fashioned glute bridge, right? So for this guy, once again, squeeze the glutes, right? We want to feel these muscles working. That's a big part and a big point of these exercises, is that they have the intention behind them. It's easy to kind of just mimic this motion and just kind of go through, but I want you to come up, and just how we held those lunges, we're going to hold this guy good 30 seconds, squeeze those glutes as hard as you can. You want to think about trying to crack a walnut between those bad boys. From there, we're going to go ahead and get into some twisting. We're going to want to twist because of the fact that our thoracic spine is so important, and we get so tight and we so stiff. That's why we end up having so many people look like RoboCop, trying to look around as one unit, right? So we're gonna get this guy up onto our shoulders. This is gonna help keep us honest as we twist. If this is uncomfortable, or you don't have getting a broomstick on your shoulders and you need to, you can get it just right behind your elbows. As you can kind of see, this kind of puts me into an honest posture. From here, I'm gonna lock my hips into place. I'm gonna turn, and I'm gonna get a big deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And you can kind of see, this allows me to get a little bit more each time, but you can see my hips coming with me a little bit, right? So from what we can do is we can come over, we can sit down, and this might help you keep a little bit more honest as your hips. And I'm gonna see if I can do that myself. I'm gonna get this guy on my shoulders. I'm gonna get a little bit of a twist in the opposite direction here. Big deep breath again, in through the nose. And out through that mouth. Remember, we want to feel good as we're doing these. It might feel strenuous, but we want to make sure we feel good as we're doing it. And I can really feel that oblique. I can feel that shoulder blades. I can feel so many things trying to work really, really hard. If you don't have a broomstick, or you feel like you're kind of cheating yourself on that one as well, an even better way of keeping yourself honest is we can get down into a little bit of a quadruped position. Quad or hands and knees, right? So we're just going to be in this position here. What we're going to be doing is we're just going to be reaching for the sky as we keep that other hand and the knees down on the ground, up, and we're going to get a nice deep breath. Now, if we're trying to extend and we kind of feel it in our shoulders, feel it in your neck or anything like that, we can kind of get our hand on our hip, think about reaching towards up to the elbow, anything like that. Once again, we're going to go for a nice long hold, and we're going to try to get a nice few deep breaths in through the out, in through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth, if I could talk. From there, we're going to talk a little bit about some dorsiflexion. This is just a fancy way of saying that your toe is trying to go to your knee, right? We can plantar flex, which goes down, dorsiflex, which goes up. And I'm just going to kind of show you guys here on this guy. So what I'm going to be opting to do is just a little bit of a test and stretch. So this is going to allow me to reach forward. As you can see, that's pretty easy for me, right? So I'm going to get a little bit farther back, keep my heel down on the ground, reach forward, still just a hair easy for me. So I'm going to go back even a little bit further, and you can kind of see I'm kind of struggling to keep that heel down. It's making it a little bit harder for me as I do this. And we're just going to kind of hold this guy for 30 seconds or so, feeling the back of that calf, feeling that tightness, or that you might feel a little bit of that shin working here. And that's really good, right? The calf tends to be a little bit of a tender area for a lot of people, and we want to make sure that we're really working this area. Sometimes we can have some issues with our gait. Sometimes it can contribute to what's going on at the knee. And if you kind of notice, I haven't had anything where I'm talking about the knee here, because if we clean up what's going on at the ankle, clean up what's going on at the hip, you're going to find that you have better knees overall. And that's what we want, right? We want better joints. We want to feel better as we're going through all of these things. Now, if you find that you are absolutely crunched for time and there's no way that you would be able to get all 3 of these in and you don't even have 15 minutes to dedicate towards this, that's okay. What we're going to do is we're going to turn it into a one-stop shop for you, and we're going to do all 3 of these guys in one foul swoop, right? So we're going to get down to that same lunge position from the beginning. I'm going to squeeze this glute over here. I'm going to go forward. You can kind of see that we kind of have 2 of these same positions going on right now. There's already a lot going on, but we're going to add in that twist, right? So I'm going to take a nice deep breath. Whew, and we're going to twist, right? There's a lot happening here, and it should feel as if, because there's a ton of stuff happening here. That's why if we can, we want to make sure that we're breaking this up into several sections, because it's going to allow you to put more intention and more focus onto these different things. And the more intention that you can have behind these, the more bang for your buck that you're really going to get. I know this looks like you're going to get the most bang for buck because it's going to save you some time, but if you have the time to spare, make sure that we're divvying these up individually. We're going to want to do each of those 2 to 3 times for 30-second holds, either on each side, if it's the lunge or something, or the twist, or the dorsiflex, or 30 seconds total if we're doing something where we're a little bit more bilateral, like the glute bridge. All right, that's all we're going to be covering today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If this stuff sounds like something that you need to work on and you're ready to come to us to help you, please check us out at www.sylvesterfitness.com. That's SYLVESTER fitness.com. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.